Am I the only person who's suspicious about the notch in modern MacBooks? It seems excessive, a complete overkill to make it this big. The camera hardware isn't all that space hungry, so the notch should be smaller. And the release of iPhone 14 Pro may have given us the clue of where Apple is going. Moreover, at the June's event, we've got a hint at new additions to Macs. According to Apple, the new era of MacBooks is just around the corner. What do they mean by that? I may have a clue. So stick around to find out. Hey, what's up? My name is Arthur Weiner, and let's do a quick recap first that will help us understand the logic behind MacBooks and their design language. The general idea behind MacBooks didn't change all that much from the early 2000s. Form factor remained the same and was constantly refined to perfection. The laptop's physical sizes and the thickness of bezels differed year after year. Laptops get thinner and thinner. The iconic wedge shape introduced in 2008 with the MacBook Air has brought Apple into a completely new design era. That was a turning point for the company. In 2013, the Retina MacBooks were introduced and they have made Pro laptops thin and light. Then in 2016, new, highly controversial Pro laptops saw the light. In pursuit of thinness, Apple has destroyed the beloved keyboard and left us without proper ports. That was the start of a dark era for Apple laptops. Until, in 2020, they switched to Apple Silicon. Every issue was fixed. Performance became great again. The butterfly keyboard was gone, and the ports were back a year after. But in 2021, MacBooks all have a weird quirk, a gigantic notch that accommodates the webcam. And I think Apple has a plan. In iPhones, the main reason for the notch was to host the Face ID system. The latest Pro smartphones prove that it can be substantially miniaturized and squeezed into very small space. This makes me think, is Apple preparing us for something? So I see two possible scenarios. First, the dynamic island will come to MacBooks, and second, Face ID for Macs may become a reality. Let me explain how I think Apple can achieve that. The September event has introduced a flexible hole punch for camera and Face ID sensors. The dynamic island, I believe, is hinting at the future of MacBooks. Just think about it. Apple has been bringing all devices to the same design language. The iPads, MacBooks, iPhones, everything has identical flat edges, screen cutouts, or narrow borders. Apple is done with all designs. They are unifying their lineups, making every product look organic and modern. That's why I believe the dynamic island is coming to MacBooks. Not today, but in the new professional MacBooks, which are rumored to be released in 2023. The notch will remain in MacBook Air because it seems like all entry-level affordable products have it. Only top-tier laptops will be upgraded. Yes, we all know how slow Apple is with innovations and design changes, but I believe that the company's strategy is changing. At least I want to believe. And I also want to believe that you keep learning and exploring something new, because if not, then it's time to get to know our sponsor, Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for anyone who loves learning and wants to explore their creativity and learn new skills. Invest in yourself and your personal growth. From marketing and business analytics to productivity, web development, freelancing, and more. You can find classes that will match your goals and interests. We now live in a world of rapidly developing technology, and that's great, so it's important to keep up with the times and be able to organize your day productively. That's why I regularly watch productivity classes by authors like Thomas Frank, Matt Corboy, Gary Vaynerchuk, and many more. There are really a ton of classes. And Skillshare is ad-free, so you can stay in the zone while you're exploring new skills. New premium classes launched each week, so there's always something new to discover. The entire catalog is now available with subtitles in Spanish, French, Portuguese, and German. The first 1,000 people to use the link will get a 1-month free trial, so consider joining Skillshare using the link in the description below. I suppose that the notch was an attempt to freshen up the look of MacBooks. Since the launch of the iPhone X, all MacBooks started to look dated and old-fashioned. It's surprising that such a thing as notch took Apple 4 years to implement, but why not just make a notch smaller? The webcam doesn't need all that space around it. Let's think of dynamic island for a minute. Is it only possible when there is a cutout, or it can work with a notch? We know that it's a completely software-based feature, so there should be no problem creating similar animations for phones with a notch. Yes, those animations will take part of the display's height, but that's all right. I'm not a graphics or UI designer to make claims, but there certainly is a way to implement something similar to phones with a notch. Then what's stopping Apple from adding that to MacBooks? Maybe I'm getting too excited for this feature, but I really want to see it coming to MacBooks. If that happens, I will be the first one to buy. Won't you agree that a hole in the screen can look weird in a laptop? The real estate of a display is far too large, and major control elements are glued to the top. Selling a notch was already a difficult endeavor, but selling a cutout is even harder. Surely if the cutout will not go lower than the notch is right now, there is a way to keep it sleek and organic. The dynamic island seems like the best solution for Apple to differentiate Pro devices from regular ones. And macOS Ventura is already very similar to iPadOS and iOS, so we definitely can expect leaning in that direction in terms of UI and UX elements. I have one additional reason: the company image. Do you know why the Apple logo was glowing? The main goal was to make MacBooks visible and recognizable. Now there is no need for that. Everyone knows what a MacBook looks like, so the logo isn't glowing anymore. The notch took this idea further. When it appeared, all phone manufacturers started copying it. But now the notch is seen only on iPhones, which makes them unique and easily identifiable. The dynamic island is another step in that direction. No one else has it in smartphones, and no one will have it in laptops. Such a feature would make MacBooks stand out more, be more desirable and innovative. It may look strange at first, but if Apple does that, everyone will go wild. When I'm thinking about all those possible additions to MacBooks, I can't help but wonder what else is possible. It would be great to have Face ID on a MacBook. It would be more secure and convenient for everyone. Plus, it will differentiate Apple from competitors even further. Yet the thickness of the screen can't host Face ID. The thinnest device with Face ID is an iPad Pro. It's 5.9mm thick, and Face ID does take advantage of that thickness. It would be impossible to shrink the size of all sensors more, at least right now. Patents are showing that Apple is working in that direction, but rumors and leaks do not confirm any substantial success. Each time I dream of Face ID in MacBooks, I stumble on the harsh reality. There will be no Face ID in MacBooks that soon. It will be a very bad marketing decision to give Face ID and Dynamic Island at the same time. Too much of an upgrade. Such drastic changes will take a couple generations at least to implement. The introduction of the Dynamic Island just feels right. It's the best decision Apple can make right now. Looks like Apple has found a perfect solution for product differentiation. For now, there are no concrete proofs or leaks to prove my point, but I'm sure that the closer we get to the MacBook update, the more leaks will appear, and bear my word, my predictions will come true sooner or later. Well, those are my thoughts on the future of MacBooks. What are your thoughts about that? Do you think Dynamic Island is a good idea for Macs? Would you buy such a laptop? Write your ideas in the comments down below. And also let me know what you think about this video and this one, and see you in the next one.